What's up, YouTube? I'm here at my old elementary school on the south side. As you can see, a big old 3-story with all kind of connections to it. Matter of fact, the school was so big, we had a little yard and a big yard. And the building is still in good condition. But nowadays, this school probably only has about 200 and something kids or something like that. Now, when I was going to school here, we had at least 30 to 32 kids in every classroom. And I'm going to show you in a minute how big this school is, an elementary school, elementary/middle. And now this was in 1980 is when they started that so-called desegregation program in St. Louis. And that's, in my opinion, that's what fucked up our city schools. It was basically a, well, it wasn't about desegregating the schools, because you know they would always tell that lie about going to white schools, you'll get a better education. That's a damn lie. You can ask anybody that went to Lovicha Elementary or Lovicha Middle School. We got an excellent education. We had teachers, and especially our principal, Mr. Boyd, that cared about us. You know, we didn't appreciate it back then, but as you get older, you do. You look back and see how good you had it, and just didn't realize it at that time. But now you can see how big the school is. And that's just part of it. 3 floors, and the school was always full of kids. This yard, we would come out, this is the so-called big yard. It was like being at a carnival or a club or something. It was so crowded, at recess. But in 1980, they started a so-called desegregation program, where they took a lot of our students and sent them to the county. And from what I saw, they sent the ones from the county that they didn't want, that were either dumb as hell or causing problems or whatever. But we, in my lifetime, you know, we had discipline, we had structure. Like I said, we had teachers that really cared about us. Our principal lived in the neighborhood. He went to church, you know, with our parents, so we couldn't get away with shit. Man, back then, if you even looked at a teacher wrong, you get your ass beat. And I think that's part of the problem these days. They took punishment out of schools. That's why you got so many young brothers going to prison, because they don't have self-discipline. But that was the first time I remember being in the 6th grade history class. And I'll never forget it. It was some white students sitting up towards the front that had just came, and a white teacher. I saw, for the first time in my life, a student with his head down, sleeping in class, right in front of the teacher. You know, both of them happened to be white. And I saw her get up, walking around, talking, and I'm thinking, okay, she's finna knock the shit out of him. That's what I was used to. She walked right past the dude. You know, let him do what he wanted to do, didn't say a word. And to me, that was like a culture shock. I'd never in my life seen that before. A student sleeping in class or talking back to a teacher and nothing being done. And at the time, like I said, they were both white. At the time, I was about 11 years old, somewhere around there. That was real big. I'd never seen some shit like that before in school, because we knew back in the day that, like I said, if you look at a teacher the wrong way, you act like you getting smart, or even if you got into a fight in school, everybody knew that if you got into a fight in school, you better get some good licks in, because you're going to get your ass tore up when it's over with. The teacher was going to get you. They were going to send you to Mr. Boyd's office. And after that, your parents were going to find out, because Mr. Boyd, he would call your house. And if you thought you was slick, he'd come knock on your damn door and let your parents know what happened. Most of the time back then, the news got to your house before you got your ass home. So like I said, we definitely had discipline and respect for our elders back then, especially in school. But we got a very good quality education. It wasn't, you know, every time you watch the news, the white media, it's always something negative about public schools. But all of my years of going to school, it was all good, all good. We had people that really cared about us. And to me, that's what destroyed our city schools, plain and simple. And you know, it's amazing to me that how many black politicians stood by and let this shit happen over the years. It was almost like it was by design to fuck up our kids' education. Because you know, now when they go out to these county schools, I guarantee you they got a lot of them in the same classes and ain't teaching them hardly shit. And nowadays they don't want them out there trying to stop the busing, which is, I don't know why it started in the first place, because like I said, everything was good. And I had the option of going to 2 county schools when I graduated from 8th grade out of here, but I didn't want to, because I love going to school in the city and my neighborhood and all that. But like I said, subscribe and like, let me know what you think. And from what I understand, the same shit is happening in Chicago, Memphis, Detroit, and all that. You know, just like for another video, how they tearing down our projects and all, where they've torn down our projects, because we had a lot of them here. But anyway, subscribe.